Hi there, and welcome to Horror Spin. This is the YouTube channel where we unbox and have a look at mostly vinyl releases of horror movie soundtracks, be they reissues or original releases. But today we've got a special request unboxing. This is from one of our YouTube subscribers who asked that we have a look at Varese Sarabande's excellent 8 CD box set of the Nightmare on Elm Street scores. And these are the scores for all 8 Nightmare films, starting with Nightmare 1 all the way through Freddy vs. Jason. So we're going to have a look at that today. This box set is still available from Varese Sarabande. There were only 2,000 of them manufactured, and you can still get a copy according to their website, at least as of today, as of the posting of this video. So have a look and see if you can get your own copy. Still $100. So it comes wrapped in a really cool Freddy sweater. And once you take the sweater off, you've got the knife scar on the cover, and then the original Nightmare on Elm Street logo on the spine. This is original art for this box set by artist Sean Kahn. And on the back of the liner notes here, this set came out not long after Wes Craven passed away, around the beginning of 2016, and he passed away at the end of 2015, so it's got a nice dedication to him on the back. And liner notes, beginning with sort of an overview of the scoring of the films. These liner notes are by horror movie score expert Randall Larson, who has written some liner notes for other Varese box sets. And then brief notes for each of the Nightmare on Elm Street films, notes about the score. One really interesting thing is there's a misprint in the liner note book that ships with the box. The Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4 liner notes and Part 1 liner notes are the same. So actually what you have on the Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4 page are the liner notes from the score for Part 1. But it's still a pretty good overview, and Varese has said that they're not going to reissue the book. You can go to their website and download a PDF of the liner notes that talk about Craig Safan's excellent score for Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4. So this is really cool. So each of the scores has its own CD here. And what's pretty neat about it is when they're all put together, makes a pretty neat tiled photo of Freddy Krueger here. You put all the CDs together. And all of them on the back have, of course, the track listing, the original logo from the movie. They come in a small plastic slipcase, and they all have the original art, where applicable, from the CD release, from the original CD release of these soundtracks. Now, some of these scores are available for the first time on CD in the US. Some of them have been released before. Nightmare 1 and 2 have both been released on CD in the US. Nightmare 3 has. But the scores for Nightmares 4, 5, and 6 were only released on cassette in the US. Now, you can still get the CD releases and even the LP releases from overseas, if you can find them on eBay or Discogs or other collector sites. But 4, 5, and 6 were only released on cassette. So it's really cool to have them on CD, and of course to have all the other Nightmare scores together in a really nice box like this. Just to take a quick look at some of the other scores, these are from my personal collection. This is the Nightmare on Elm Street LP, which is getting really, really hard to find. The Nightmare on Elm Street 2 LP. And I bought both of these years ago at Tower Records. They still even have the Tower sticker on them, back when I was a younger soundtrack enthusiast. This is the Nightmare on Elm Street 3 score by Angelo Badalamenti. And the Nightmare 4 and Nightmare 5 LPs that were released in the United States were actually not the scores. They were pop music that were music from the movies themselves, but not the scores. So both of these scores were by Craig Safin, and both of the LPs are actually pop music from the soundtrack, so they're not the score. If you wanted to get the score, you had to either buy the cassettes that were released in the United States or import the CDs or LPs. And of course, we all remember the Dokken song from Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors. This is the original 7-inch of that song. That was released when the movie came out way back in 1987. And then One Way Static did a really cool re-release of that song with a cover that looks very similar to the original 7-inch. But a Freddy Sweater swirl for the actual vinyl itself, which is a 33 RPM rather than a 45 like the original. So that's a look at the really, really cool Varese Sarabande box set that is still available online, and a few other Nightmare related items. But if you're interested in getting all of the Nightmare on Elm Street scores, there's really no better way to get it than to get that really cool 8 CD box set from Varese Sarabande.